Turn it up. Yeah. Call all the deacons up. Call them up now. Ask if we linking up. Ask if we linking up. What time no sleeping time? 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 Call up the deacons, bro. Call them up now. Ask if we linking up. Ask if we linking up. What time no sleeping time? What time no sleeping time? Wake up the sleeping tribe. Wake up the sleeping tribe. Call up the deacons, bro. Call them up now. Ask if we linking up. Now. What time no sleeping time? 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 Call all the deacons up. Call them up now. Ask if we linking up. What we linking up? What time no sleeping time? In a minute now. Wake up the sleeping tribes.
I said I had to call him up. I made the phone call a Deke like, what's up? Is you ready for war? He replied, been ready for war. Been ready for a battle with swords. And I respect him cause he fought many wars. I humble down to what the scriptures say and give doubles to the elders that been leading the way. I know it's hard in this walk and they've been walking for years. So when I'm weak in the flesh, they voice attend to my ears. A young man trying to soak the wisdom, gain the knowledge, apply the scriptures. Wrong decisions leave me senseless. Dear Lord, would you give me a chance? We all looking for the code to the gate. We all looking how to...
Give me Deuteronomy. You know, it prophesied that we was going to think that not the God of this Bible was our God, but we was going to think that the Arab God was our God, the Chinese God was our God, even the white man God was our God. It was prophesied through Bible prophecy that when we got to where we was going on the slave ship, that we was going to learn to serve other gods. Watch it. Let me read it to you right quick. All right, listen.
Which one? 28? 61. Okay. 64. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people.
God was going to scatter who among all people? The Israelites. Listen.
From the one end of the earth even unto the other.
We everywhere. He scatters us like the sand of the sea. We in America, we in China, we in Saudi Arabia, we everywhere. Listen.
And there thou shalt serve other gods.
And there we was going to do what?
Serve other gods.
We was going to serve other gods. Listen.
Which neither thou nor thy fathers have known.
See, our fathers didn't know nothing about Allah as being God. They didn't know nothing about no white boy Jesus as being God. This is Bible prophecy. Listen.
Even wood.
Even what?
Even wood.
We was gonna serve even wood. Indeed, wood. Christianity. That's what they say. Jesus Christ was hung on. That's what everybody got in their church. That wood. Read.
And stone.
And what?
And stone.
That stone is Mecca. Cobblestone. We was going to serve other gods, wood and stone, Christianity and Islam. It was prophesied, but God didn't tell us to do that. Give me Deuteronomy 32 and 17. Watch this.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 17. They sacrificed unto devils.
See, we started to sacrifice unto devils, meaning we started to worship other gods, the deceivers of the earth. Read.
Not to God.
Not to who?
Not to God.
Okay, keep reading.
To gods whom they knew not.
To a God that they knew not. This is what we learned in the process of time during the sub-Saharan slave trade. We started to serve other gods. That's when the Arabs had us in slavery. They taught us Allah was God. The white man had us in slavery. They taught us the white man. They taught us that Jesus was God. Read.
To new gods.
To what?
To new gods.
That's a new God that we learned about. Listen.
That came newly up.
God only got one chosen people, and the Muslims are not one of them. The Israel, that's not. Watch this, man. You coming from Muslim is a religion. Understand that? Just like Christianity. All right? Muslim is a religion, not no nation of people. Watch this right here. Let me show you something.
Come on, bro. The book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 7.
This is when Paul was speaking to the Israelites scattered in Rome. Remember, we had to run. All right? Listen.
Neither, because they are the seed of Abraham.
They said neither because you know where Ishmael come from?
Ishmael comes from what's called
Abraham. That was Abraham other son. He had who?
Right.
He had Ishmael and Isaac.
That's right.
Okay, he said neither because he from the seed of Ishmael. Excuse me. Read.
Abraham.
Seed of Abraham.
Abraham.
It says,
listen, watch this.
Neither because they are the seed of Abraham.
He said because they came from Abraham too. Listen.
Are they all children?
Are they all children of who?
But in Isaac.
But in who?
Isaac.
So in Isaac, I remember he had Ishmael, which is the father of the Muslim religion.
That's right.
Okay? And he said he had, but in who?
But in Isaac.
Isaac was his brother.
shall thy seed be called.
So he chose Isaac, he didn't choose Ishmael.
That's right.
Give me Genesis chapter 21. Let's see what he did. He gave Ishmael a blessing though. He gave the Abrahams a blessing. That's why they owning all our stores and stuff. That's why they got all that oil. That's their blessing. That's what God, he told them he was gonna give them a blessing. He told you he was gonna give you a blessing if you done what he said do.
That's right.
But we didn't do it. Check this out. 21:10.
The book of Genesis chapter 21 verse 10. Wherefore she said unto Abraham, cast out this bondwoman.
He said, cast out his bondwoman, which was Hagar, his mother, read.
And her son.
And who?
And her son.
Her son was Ishmael, read.
For the son of this bondwoman shall not be here with my son, even with Isaac.
Say, look, separate them. He ain't gonna be here with Isaac. Alright? Give me Genesis. We're in the book of Genesis. This is where all this stuff started at. You gotta go to the beginning. They tell y'all to study the Torah, but don't nobody study Torah. They just say I'm Muslim. And that's it. I don't eat pork. You know what I'm saying? There's more to it than that. Give me Genesis 16 and 11. Let's see what he said about Ishmael. And this is how you know that these people that owning all these stores is Ishmael. Listen.
The book of Genesis chapter 16 verse 11. And the angel of the Lord said unto her, behold, thou art with child, and shalt bear a son, and shall call his name Ishmael.
So she was gonna bear a son, and they was gonna call his name Ishmael. This day father, listen.
Because the Lord have heard thy affliction.
So that's what Ishmael means. That's what it means. Affliction heard. Listen.
Verse 12. And he will be a wild man.
Ishmael was gonna be what?
A wild man.
Ishmael was gonna be what?
A wild man.
That's why they'll put a bomb on them, walk off into the stove, and blow everybody up. And blow everybody up. That's a wild man. That's a wild man. God said that the Arabs, they were gonna be some wild men. They're gonna be head people. Alright? They was gonna do crazy stuff to people. Alright? But they ain't wilder than this white man though. I'm gonna tell you that. Listen.
His hand will be against every man.
They said his hand was gonna be against what?
Every man.
His hand was gonna be against every man, meaning if you go over there, you talking about you a journalist or something, and they catch you, what they gonna do to you? They gonna kill you. They gonna kill you talking about you American black, you a Muslim. You go over there and mess with them real Muslims, they gonna kill you, bro.
That's right.
They ain't gonna care because they know who you are.
That's right.
Give me Deuteronomy 76. This is what they know about you. That's why that book said Muhammad did what? Give me that book again right quick. Hold that book. Let me show you something. Let's read some more on that. That Islam stuff, man, we lost in Islam just like we lost in the white man Christianity. These folks, they had us in slavery before the white man. That's why when some of us got out the slave shit, we thought we was what? Muslims. Alright? Because they had us in slavery years and years, hundreds of years before. It's called the sub-Saharan slave trade. Alright? It's on one here, it is right here. Sub-Saharan slave trade. You know, the real Ishmael, as the tents of Kedar, they was black people. They was real dark people. And they had us enslaved. Alright? Look down here. Deal with the Muslims, they had us in slavery. They had the Hebrews, the Israelites, the real Jews in slavery. They sold us. Alright?
Yeah.
They made us walk across them deserts, man, and wouldn't give us no water. They wouldn't give us no food. A lot of us died just like coming across the Atlantic Ocean. We died in that sub-Saharan, in that desert, in the Sahara Desert. They done us wrong too. That's what I'm saying. We've been taught two things. Christianity, a lot of our people they run from Christianity because they know the white man ain't our God. And you looking for another God and you go run to the Arab God. That's what a lot of people do. But right now we telling you that the God of this Bible is our God, and there's nobody else God. He the one got that sun in the sky right now. He the one got you standing right here right now, because he wanted you to hear that. All right, keep yeah, when he changed. All right, let's go back to this book.
He changed the Jewish Yom Kippur.
He said he changed the Jewish Yom Kippur. Listen.
Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement or Fast Day.
See, that's the Day of Atonement or Fast Day. All right, read.
Which he had accepted for the month of Ramadan.
For the month of what?
Ramadan.
He changed the atonement to the month of to Ramadan. Right. He changed what the Bible said. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
That's right.
Muhammad is changing God's words. Just like the white man say celebrate Christmas. You celebrate Christmas? No. Because you know it ain't right. It's something funny to it.
Right.
That's what we telling you about Muhammad. Don't celebrate Ramadan because it ain't done something ain't right to it. Listen.
Come on, man.
Muhammad changed the Jewish Sabbath.
He changed the Jewish Sabbath, which was what's the Jewish Sabbath? Saturday, read.
From Saturday to Friday.
To Friday. When Ramadan began on what? What day of the week?
On the 12th. I did on the 12th.
Ah, okay.
12th.
They don't start on Friday?
Not on Friday, on the 12th.
Oh, on the 12th. All right, read.
We have another parallel with Christianity.
Okay, he said now we got another parallel with Christianity. Watch this. They showing you that Islam and Christianity is the white man doctrine. Listen.
That's right.
In the 4th century, the church changed the Sabbath to Sunday.
They changed, you know what I'm saying? Muhammad went back one day and said it's Friday. The white man went up one day and said it's Sunday. That's why a lot of these Negroes is in Christianity. They're going to wake up tomorrow and do what? Go to church. Hallelujah. Praise Jesus. Thank you, Lord.
That's right.
That ain't even the right day. The right day is right now.
That's right.
The Sabbath. He said, remember the Sabbath day, which is the 7th day, and do what? Keep it holy.
That's right.
He didn't say Friday. He didn't say the first day of the week. He didn't say Sunday. Read.
And reorganized its calendar to make Easter separate of Passover.
So they took, instead of them celebrate Christianity, the white man say, we ain't gonna teach them Passover when God delivered them out of Egypt. We're gonna teach them Easter. We're gonna teach them that a bunny lay eggs. We're gonna teach them the God of fertility, the God of Ishtar. All right? Read.
Like Christianity also, Muhammad
He said Muhammad did what?
included in his Bible.
So he wrote his own Bible called the Quran. Muhammad wrote that called the Quran. You know what Quran means? To recite.
That's right.
What is it reciting? The Bible.
That's right.
It is. That's why I say no pork. All this stuff, because he got it out of the Bible. That's why y'all grow y'all beard. What you call y'all, what they call the beards? I forgot what the Muslim call the beard. The Sunni Muslim. You a Sunni? A Nation of Islam?
Nation of Islam.
You Nation of Islam or Sunni? Which one? You going to Farrakhan or you going to...
Nation of Islam.
You on the Farrakhan? Farrakhan is a crooked man. Alright? He know that he's an Israelite. Listen to when he speak. He tell you that the Israelites are God's chosen people, but he will not tell you to keep God's laws.
That's right.
He know who you are, but he not gonna tell you because of their money. He believe in science. He don't believe in the Bible. He know the Bible, but he won't teach it to his people.
Bring it up.
Listen.
Bring it up.
The Quran accusations concerning the Jews. Nevertheless, the Quran glorifies many biblical personalities.
See, the Quran glorifies the biblical personality. They love Moses, talking about Moses. They love talking about the prophets in the Bible. Y'all glorify the Bible. Well, they do. Listen.
In order to win the pagans into the church, Christianity adopted many barbaric customs and traditions. Likewise, Muhammad, to gain the loyalty of the pagan Arabs.
They say what? The pagan what?
Arabs?
No, so-called African.
Arabs.
The Arabs, bro, that's their God. That's not your God. Listen.
That's right.
Adopted many of their beloved customs. The Kaaba stone.
The what?
The Kaaba stone.
Bro, the Kaaba stone, that's an idol. Listen.
An idol was to receive high regard in the new religion.
So that's why you got to take a trip to Mecca, bro. If you don't take no trip to Mecca before you die, you ain't no Muslim. You know you got to go there and kiss that stone, man. Look through that little window, then come back out and they touch your head. They got security and say, nigga, don't stick your head in there too long. They'll cut it off. You know what I'm talking about. You seen it.
Also, the pagan temple at Mecca was to remain as a holy site.
They said it was to remain. He made that a holy site. That's not no holy site. You know what a holy site is? God right now waking his chosen people up.
That's right.
That's a holy site right there. That's different than everybody. Give me Deuteronomy 7:6, bro. It's time for us to come out of those religions, bro.
Bring it up.
Check it out now.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6.
This is what God said about the Israelites. Listen.
For thou art an holy people.
He said that the Israelites are holy. He didn't say the Arabs. He didn't say the Chinese, which are the Moabites. He didn't say the Ishmaelites. He didn't say the Jebusites, which are the Africans. He said, for thou art an holy people, talking to the Israelites. Read.
Unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God have chosen thee to be a special people.
He chose us to be what?
a special people.
See, he chose us to be special. That's why we do everything. You do everything in the world better than an Arab.
That's right.
But you want to be and follow that God. He said, we are special. That's why we run faster, we jump, we think. We do everything. We came out of slavery inventing stuff. We invented stuff in slavery because we are holy to God. We the best at everything. Listen.
To be a special people unto himself. Above all,
Now don't run past that word right there. What?
a special people unto himself. Above,
A what?
above all.
He said above. Let me say equal to. See, Martin Luther King came with that lie, bro. And said we supposed to live to be equal to that white man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Martin Luther King came with the strongest lie and tricked the black man. We was under oppression.
That's right.
He said, God said to his people, read that part again. I know you didn't know this stuff was in the Bible.
Read that.
Listen.
I'm gonna give a Quran. I'll be right back.
Hold on, listen. No, hold on, bro. Hold on. Watch this right here.
I'm gonna give a Quran.
The Lord thy God have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself. Above all people.
See, we supposed to be above all people, but we didn't do what God said do, bro. Guess what? We below all people. Just like you got kids. And you tell your kid to do something, look, I'll pay for your school. I'm gonna buy you a house. I'm gonna give you the whole world, son. But if you don't do what I say do, I ain't gonna do nothing for you. That's how God done us. That's why you see the black men, they selling crack to one another. That's why you see them on the side of a building with nothing to do, walking around like the walking dead. Because God said that we are an holy people, but if we didn't want to do what he said do, he was going to curse us. Let me show you something, bro. Hold on, don't go get the Quran, because I'm going to tell you.
Gonna get the Quran.
Let me show you why the Quran is fake. I'm going to show you something. I want you read the Quran, you read it real good. Tell me,
right now.
all right, so I want you to tell me one prophecy in the Quran that God said he was going to do to somebody and it happened.
God said, Allah said, he said, Allah said, he gonna make this world be right.
No, listen what I'm saying. Name me one prophecy. Let me show you an example of a prophecy that's in the Bible.
Let me go get my Quran.
Hold on. Let me show you this right quick. Give me Deuteronomy 28. Let me show you what he means when it says prophecy. This is what the Quran is missing. All right, listen.
28 and what? 28 and 68.
This is what God said he was going to do to the children of Israel if they disobeyed him. Talking about you now. Talking about our ancestors. This is what God said he was going to do. Pay attention, bro.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
See, because if you read the Torah, all right? God, you remember when the Israelites was in Egypt and he sent Moses and Aaron and told Pharaoh to let my people go in the book of Exodus? All right, that was us in slavery. So God said if we didn't do what he said do, he was going to bring us back into Egypt, all right? Because we just left out of Egypt. This is the book of Deuteronomy. Exodus is the second book, all right? Genesis, Exodus, all right? So that's the second book. We get down to the fifth book, Deuteronomy. He said, look, if y'all don't do what I say do, I'm going to bring y'all back into Egypt. What is it talking about?
That's right.
What's Egypt mean?
Back in slavery?
Watch this. You right, bro. That's why I know you gonna learn something. Watch this. Watch this, bro. You exactly right. I'm gonna show it to you in the Bible. Listen.
The book of Exodus chapter 20 verse 2. I am the Lord thy God,
We're getting the definition of Egypt. Listen.
which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt.
He brought the Israelites out of the land of Egypt. Okay? He drowned us Pharaoh's army in the Red Sea.
Out of the house of bondage.
Out of the house of what?
Bondage.
So bondage means what? The house. Yeah. So now go back to Deuteronomy 28 and 68. Listen.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
So he was gonna bring us into what again?
Back in
Slavery.
slavery.
This is Bible prophecy.
I hear you. Come on.
Listen.
Read.
With ships.
How we get over here?
On a boat.
A big boat called what?
A boat.
Read that again.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
With what?
Ship.
Ships.
So that's Bible prophecy. See, that's what the Bible got. The Quran ain't got that. Who? 1619, we went into slavery on what? Ships.
on a ship.
See, the Bible's a true book. The Quran ain't. You can't find stuff like that.
The Bible been written. People
Huh?
did it.
Did they rewrote right that part?
Huh?
They rewrote that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Who
sir.
rewrote it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Who rewrote it?
Jesus didn't rewrite that.
I didn't say he did.
Okay.
I'm asking you. You said it been rewrote.
Okay, who
You
rewrote
want
it?
Okay, give me First Peter chapter
Who rewrote it? Who
1 and
rewrote it,
20.
big
I'm finna
man?
read it. I'm finna read
wrote it?
it. See, anything you
Wrote it.
ask us, this is what you can't do with the Quran. Anything you ask me, I'm gonna go to the Bible and show you who wrote it.
But the Quran ain't never been rewrote it.
Huh?
Quran is what
It don't have to be. It was wrote by Muhammad.
Rewrote it. That been rewrote it.
So the
man.
Quran.
Ain't
How
been
you know?
rewrote it.
You just got over here and learned how to read English in what? 1960.
That's right. That's right. But who?
We doesn't. Huh?
Who wrote that?
We're gonna get it to you. 1 and 20.
1 and 20. The book of 1 Peter chapter 1 verse 20. Who?
2 Peter, bro.
Who wrote
2
that?
Peter chapter 1 verse 20. Knowing this first, that no prophecy of the scripture is of any private interpretation.
Keep reading.
For the prophecy came not in old time by the will of man,
So this Bible wasn't written by the will of man. Listen.
but holy men of
By who?
holy men
Holy men. Read.
of God spake as they were moved by the Holy Ghost.
So they spake as they was moved by the laws of God, bro. So give me Deuteronomy 9 and 10 right quick. You saying who wrote the Bible? I'm showing you.
wrote the
Holy
Bible?
men.
Who wrote the Bible?
Holy men.
Who's the older man? Who's the older man?
The different
Who's the older
prophets.
man right there?
Isaiah,
Prophet.
Ezekiel,
That's a man.
Moses. Yeah. So you saying God wrote the Quran?
No.
I mean Allah wrote the Quran?
I don't wrote the Quran.
How he gonna what?
Okay, who wrote the Bible?
I just read it to you. Holy men as they were
Holy men.
moved.
So-
Holy men. All right, give me that right there. 9 and 10. All right, we're gonna say who wrote the Bible. Listen.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 9 verse 10.
I always got to go back to Torah because Torah, the Bible tells you to go back to the Quran tells you to go back to the 5 first books Moses wrote and read it and study it. So they don't tell you to study the Bible. Yeah, dude, listen.
Man.
They tell you to study the first 5 books of the Bible. All right,
Who wrote that?
you ready for the answer? Listen.
Get to me.
And the Lord delivered unto me 2 tables of stone.
This is Deuteronomy. So he delivered it to Moses. What?
2 tables of stone.
He gave him 2 tables of stone. Read.
Written.
What?
Written.
So it was written
With the finger of God.
with the what?
With the finger of God.
No, with an ink pen of the white man.
With the finger of God.
No, with the finger of God, bro.
God.
Yeah,
Who is God? Who is God?
the Almighty God of Israel. Give me Matthew chapter 22 and watch this. It ain't number one God, bro.
Okay, thank you. It's one God.
It's one God that's
Who is God?
about this Bible. Now
Who
it's
is
many,
God?
it's
Who
many
is God?
gods on this earth,
No,
but there's
who
only
is
one
God?
God. We talking about 22 and
Finger of
26, I
God.
think.
Bring it up.
Listen,
Likewise, the second also. That's 22 and 26.
it's 22 and 26.
Yeah, right there.
Now the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Oh, it's all 20, 30.
Yeah, read that right there.
The book of Matthew, chapter 26, verse 32.
When I say it's one God, I'm talking about this, because there's many gods on this earth, and I'm gonna show it to you.
Ain't one God. Ain't one
I am
God.
the God of Abraham
See, we talking about the God of Abraham. Or listen,
and the God of Isaac
the God of Isaac, not Ishmael.
Come on, man.
Read.
Come on.
and the God of Jacob.
And the God of Jacob, not Esau. We talking about this guy. He the one who wrote this Bible. Read.
That's right.
And God is not the God of the dead.
He ain't the God of who?
The dead.
So we don't play with no Egyptian book of the dead. All right. So this God is the God living. All right. This is the Bible talking about the God that's living, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, not no Allah.
That's right.
All right. Go to I had the scripture just come to my head. Go to read that one more time.
What God
Now
you
give me
praise?
Exodus chapter 20. Let me show you it's more than one God.
God you praise?
The
What
God
God
of
you praise?
Abraham, Isaac, and
What God
Jacob.
you praise?
The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
That's so who is Allah?
Huh?
That's right.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 2.
I want you to listen. It's more than one God. Listen.
No, it's not. It's not.
I am the Lord thy God.
I'm the Lord thy what?
Thy God,
So the Bible, he said, I'm the Lord thy God. Read.
which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt,
Uh-huh.
out of the house of bondage.
Just like he brought us out of Egypt, he gonna bring us out of America, out of the house of bondage, out of slavery again. It's gonna happen again. Listen.
Thou shalt have no other gods.
They said what?
Thou shalt have no other gods.
Spell gods.
G-O-D-S.
What?
G-O-D-S.
No, listen, bro. It's more than one God. He said, thou shalt have no other
Ain't
gods
but one God.
Before me.
Read that again, because he think it's still one God on. Listen.
Ain't but one
Exodus
God.
chapter 20 verse 3. Thou shalt have no other gods.
But one
No other gods
One God.
before me.
before him, the God of this Bible.
Right.
So you
One
putting
God.
Allah, you putting a rock before God of this
Who is
Bible.
that?
That's
Who is that?
The
Who's
God
that
of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
No, he ain't.
Huh?
No, he ain't.
That's the God of Abraham, Isaac. Go back to it and read it again, man.
No, he ain't.
The book,
No, he
Yeah,
ain't.
read that again.
the book of Matthew, chapter 22, verse 32. I am the God of Abraham.
He said, I'm the God of who?
Abraham.
See, Abraham didn't know nothing about no Allah. Allah wasn't even here yet.
That's
Read.
right.
And the God of Isaac.
See, Isaac didn't know nothing about Allah. Listen.
And the God of Jacob.
The God, see, Jacob didn't know nothing about no Allah as being God. Read.
Come on, man.
God is not the God of the dead.
He said he ain't the God of what?
The
He
dead.
ain't God of the dead. A rock is dead, bro. What you gonna do with a rock? Put it in the microwave?
I ain't about that, bro. I ain't about that.
Yeah.
I ain't about that.
I am the God of Abraham. And the God of Isaac. And the God of Jacob. God is not the God of the dead, but of the living.
But of the who?
The living.
The living. We living. Look over there. They dead. You dead right now. We trying to wake you up.
Come on, man. Come on.
You in a
bro.
false religion called Islam.
That's right.
Ain't no Allah.
That's right. Ain't no Jesus. Ain't
Huh?
no God.
It ain't no God.
Ain't but one God. Man.
No, there's plenty gods on this
No,
earth.
no,
There
no.
go one right there.
No son.
Here go a God right here. Our people love him. They serve him as God.
Who's that?
They
Who's
celebrate Christmas. His name's
that?
Caesar Borgia.
That? That's that right there.
Our people, they say it's Jesus.
Who is he?
There's a white boy named Caesar Borgia.
That's a man.
That's Pope Alexander VI's son. Our people
man.
think that's God.
That's not our people think it's God.
Yeah, you ask a little kid who that
But
is.
you knew the truth. Do you knew the truth about that? That's not.
That's not God. That's a man.
That's a white man.
That's a white man. That's not God. That's what we're
Ain't
trying to tell you.
God.
It's plenty gods on earth.
Ain't but one God. Hey, then what's his name then?
Read that again.
I am the God of Abraham and the God of Isaac and the God of Jacob. God is not the God of the dead.
You say he's the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Give me Sirach 23:9. There you go.
Sirach, chapter 23 and verse 9.
Listen to what the Bible say. Listen.
Okay, all right.
Accustom not thy mouth to swearing.
It said, don't accustom your
Say it
mouth to
again.
swearing.
Say it again. Say it again. Read it again.
Accustom not thy mouth to swearing.
It said, don't accustom your mouth to swearing. Listen.
Okay.
Neither use thyself to the naming of the Holy One.
Read it again.
Neither use thyself to the naming of the Holy One.
It said, don't use yourself to the naming of the Holy One.
That's right.
Talking about God, all right?
Talking about God.
Listen,
Right,
he's the
talking about
God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
That's
Because
right.
you can say his name Yahweh, you can say his name Yeshua,
Yahweh,
you can
that's
say
right.
you can
Yes,
say his
sir.
name,
Yes,
you can
sir.
say
Yes, sir.
Yahweh Shai.
But do you
All right,
know
you can say
who
all
God?
that. The Bible says, how do you know God?
Yeah,
Give me 1 John
Ask you,
chapter 2.
ask you how you
This
know
how
God.
you know God. Listen. Don't accustom yourself to what his name is. All right?
Come on, I'm listening.
All right? Give me 1 John chapter 2.
I'm listening, bro. I'm listening.
This how you know God.
No.
2 and 3.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
The book of 1 John chapter 2 verse 3.
Bring it out.
And hereby we do know that we know him.
So this how you know we know the God. We talking about the same God. Listen.
Same God.
I'm gonna show you we not talking about the same God as we talking about. You say it's one. I'm finna
one
show you
God.
we not
It's
talking
one
about the
God.
same one. It said hereby you know if you know God. Listen.
If we keep his commandments.
If we do what?
Keep his commandments.
So what we gotta do?
Okay, keep his commandment.
Yeah.
Keep
So
his
that's how you know God, right?
God, that's right. That's
You
right.
keeping the commandments?
Yes, sir.
All right. Give
Yes,
me
sir.
Leviticus 21.
Yes, sir.
Hold your finger right there, bro. I gotta go
Yes,
back
sir.
to that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, watch this. Let me see if you're keeping the commandments. We finna go back to the
Come on,
Torah.
come on.
That's where his commandments at, right?
On which?
Let's go back to Moses.
On which?
All right, listen. Leviticus chapter 21 and verse 5. Listen.
The book of Leviticus chapter 21 and verse 5. They shall not make baldness upon their head.
So the Israelite man is not supposed to make baldness on their head because they learned that from the Egyptians. Okay? Listen.
Neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard.
What that part mean?
Shake on the bell.
You're not supposed to do what?
Shave.
Do you shave?
Huh?
Huh?
Yeah, I shave.
Okay. Now go
shave.
back to
Go ahead.
John.
I shave.
So
I shave.
you a real man because you admitted it.
That's right,
Okay,
that's
I thought you
right,
was
that's
going to say no.
No, I shave. I
You
shave, I
real.
shave. That's
So
right,
now,
that's
that's a commandment. So you not keeping the commandments. Listen to this again. Listen.
Okay.
The book of 1 John chapter 2 verse 3. And hereby we do know that we know him
That's how you know God, bro. Listen.
If we keep his commandments.
So if you do what?
Keep his commandments.
Go back to Leviticus. He want to know a commandment. Listen.
20 Leviticus 21:5. They shall not make baldness upon their head. Neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard.
So if you shave your beard, you don't know God.
Do you shave?
No, he don't shave.
Do you shave? Do you shave?
Do I look like I shave?
No.
Oh,
Okay.
I did.
No,
Now
you
go
don't
back.
shave.
Go back to this. Watch this.
Right.
It ain't no wrong with it, bro. We all used to shave. I used to shave, man. I thought I was handsome.
Do you?
But I
Do
used
you
to
get
fall up in the
shaved
club,
up?
thought I was
Do you get
fine.
shaved up?
I tried to get all the women. You hear me?
Do you get shaved
Hey,
up?
but when I became a man, guess what I did? I let my beard grow. You can trim your beard. You cannot cut it off. We finna show you the scripture. You can trim your beard. Listen.
It made no difference.
The book of 1 John chapter 2 verse 3.
I trim it down. Listen.
And hereby we do know that we know him.
This how you know if you know the God of this Bible. We ain't talking about no Allah. All right, you know Allah. We trying to introduce you to the God of this Bible.
That's right.
He said, hereby, this how you know if you know God, black man. Listen.
If we keep his commandments.
Meaning if you don't shave your beard, if you don't eat pork, if you don't eat shrimp, crab, lobster, if you don't put fringes on your clothes, bruh. Listen, if you got you listening with your head covering right now, all right? Listen, he said, how you know God if you keep the commandments? Come on, bruh.
He that saith I know him.
Just like you say you know God. He said, he that saith I know him.
And keepeth not his commandments.
And you don't keep God's commandments, meaning you shave your beard off. Listen,
Is a liar.
is a what?
Liar.
The Bible calling you a liar.
So what you do?
The Bible's calling you a liar.
You say that? Do you trim it
Do
up?
I look like I shave it, bruh?
Did you
Give me
trim
that
it?
in 1 Samuel, man, where you trim your beard.
Do you trim it? Do you
Second
trim it?
Samuel.
2 Samuel what?
1924.
1924. Let me show you something. You can trim your beard, man. We're not supposed to walk around looking like cavemen.
That's
All
right.
right?
You shave it.
Do I shave it off? No.
No, I didn't say shave it off. Do you trim it?
I don't go into the lining of my beard. Do you see that? I don't go into the line. I don't destroy it. I don't go off into, I don't mar the corner. I don't go off into the lining of what God put there.
That's what God
Listen.
didn't say that.
You need to learn God, bro. Listen.
The book of 2 Samuel chapter 19 verse 24. And remember Mephibosheth, the son of Saul, came down to meet the king.
So he came down to meet the king. Listen.
Had neither dressed his feet
He didn't put no shoes on. Listen.
nor trimmed his beard.
He didn't even trim his beard. Listen.
Hear ye deaf.
You can hear me, right? But
I-
he calling you deaf. Want you to mean understand. Listen.
Right.
And look ye blind.
I want you to see what we doing. Don't be blind. You got glasses. We ain't talking about reading glasses. See what we doing out here. Listen.
That ye may see. Who is blind but my servant, or deaf as my messenger that I sent. Who is blind as he that is perfect, and blind as the Lord's servant.
Right. So God is calling us to do what? To see and to hear what he's saying. Keep reading.
Seeing many things,
You see many things out here. Listen.
but thou observest not.
But people don't observe what we doing. You stopped. All praises. Listen.
Opening the ears, but he heareth not. The Lord is well pleased for his righteousness' sake. He will magnify the law and make it honorable.
So that's what we doing. We magnifying God's laws to make it honorable.
Yes.
It's time for us to wake up. We got to come out of those false religions.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
That's right.
If we want to be on top again, we're not going to do it being Muslims. All right? We're not going to do it being Christians, Christianity. We're not going to do that. What's going to make us on top again? Give me 1 Peter 2:21.
Bring it out.
Baruch 4:1. Baruch 4:1. I like that one better. What's going to make us on top again? Give me Baruch 4:1. Watch this.
Bring it up.
How y'all doing over there?
Right.
Hey, mama said, don't stop talk to nobody when y'all go to that store. They did it too, boy.
I hear you,
The
bro.
book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 1.
Go ahead, bro.
This
Go
is the
ahead.
book of the commandments of God.
This book is the commandments of God. This is what we got to come back to, bro.
Yes, sir.
Because why did we go into slavery? Because we broke God's law, statutes, and the commandments, okay?
That's right.
So this is the book of the law of God. Listen.
And the law that endureth forever.
See, the Holy Bible is God's laws that do it forever, not the Quran. All right? That ain't got God's laws in it. Listen.
All they that keep it shall come to
He
life.
said, everybody that keep it shall come to life.
Yes,
All right?
sir. Yes, sir.
But such as leave it shall die.
He said, but such as leave it, this Bible gonna die. You don't believe it? Cut on the news tonight.
Yeah.
You're gonna see how people dying because they going straight away from the Bible.
You right about that?
Listen.
You right about that?
Turn thee, O Jacob.
Turn thee who?
O Jacob.
Who is Jacob?
Jacob is the son of what's come?
That's who?
Son of what's come?
The son of Isaac, not the son of Ishmael.
That's
So he's talking to you. We the sons of Jacob, not the sons of Ishmael. Not the son. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Ishmael started Islam. Listen.
And take hold of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof.
That we trying to tell you to do what?
Walk in the presence of the light thereof.
Yeah. Open your eyes and walk in this light of this Bible. Watch this, read.
Of who? Of who?
That thou mayest be illuminated.
That we might be what?
Illuminated.
See, we the light of the world, bro. We the Illuminati. Everybody's supposed to be looking at us on how to live.
That's right.
They supposed to be looking at the black community on how to live. But guess what? They looking at us like how to be damn fools. Because we follow everything the white man tell us to do. All right, the white man said, 4th of July, pop fireworks. Nigga, you was a slave in 1776. What in the world you gonna do popping fireworks? Why are you buying all their charcoal out they stove? Why are you buying all their hot dogs?
Hot dogs out there. That's right.
All they pork chops? They getting rich off of black people.
Wait, man. That's right. That's right.
They get rich off of black people, man. You know what I'm saying? We gonna sit up here and say Happy 4th of July and pop fireworks. They gonna have fireworks all downtown. Pop them pretty in the sky. You gonna take your kids to see the fireworks. But then, soon as the police pull you over, shoot you in the back.
Yes, sir.
Black lives matter. Black power. Now you want to show some real black power? Tell them to hell with their fireworks. Tell them to hell with their with they self and the 4th of July.
That's right.
Tell them to hell with Christmas. Christmas ain't in the Bible. Tell them to hell with Easter, Thanksgiving. When they killed over 77 million Native American Indians, took this land and called it Nashville, Davidson County.
That's right. That's right.
They took this land, then say, we give thanks to our God.
Yeah.
They give thanks to him and say we're going to call it Thanksgiving.
Bring it out.
Let the niggers off work so they can spend all their money. Then the night of Thanksgiving, call it Black Friday and let them go spend some more money for another lie that's coming up 30 days later.
You're right.
It's time for us to come out of the lies. That's what we want people to change. We got to teach them kids. If I brought them kids over there right now and say, who is that? They're going to say Jesus. They're going to say God.
Yeah, yeah.
They don't know. So it take us to come out there, bro. God calling you to get out here and teach this truth to them.
That's right.
Not the God of Allah. Not the God, no Muslim God. He wants you to teach to his black God. Let me show you something. Give me some. Yeah, keep reading. Is there some more on that? Give me 4 and 28 right quick.
That boy preach right there.
Let me show you something right quick.
The book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 28.
It what happened to you, bro. It happened to all of us. Listen.
For as it was your mind to go astray.
It was what?
For as it was for your mind to go astray.
It was our minds to go astray from this Bible. Man, we were living as kings one point in time. Man, we had gold. That's why we like gold now. We had gold in our garments. We had diamonds in our garments. We had everything. Man, look, we didn't have to want for nothing. But our minds went astray from the Bible. We started following other gods. We started following Islam. We started following the white man. We started following Buddha. Everybody got a God on this earth. But the black man in America, we the only people that worship a God that don't look like us.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We worship the white man as God. We worship Allah as God. They don't look nothing like our people. I can show you what the God in this Bible look like, and he gonna look just like you, bro.
Bring it up.
You don't believe it?
I believe you, bro. Come on.
All right. They said what now? Read that again.
For as it was your mind to go astray from God, so be in return, seek him 10 times more.
So now you got to seek God 10 times more. How you do it? Give me Ecclesiastes 5. Watch this, bro. You got to drop that God, man. If you want to live, you got to come back to God's law, statutes, and commandments, because that's what got us in slavery. All right, that's what got the Arabs to enslave us. The white man know the Arabs enslaved us first. That's why they let them come over here and own all the gas stations, hotels, and these stores. Why our people can't own these hotels and the stores? Right. It was our foremothers that built this place.
That's right. Well, there
was Big Mama and Papa, bones and blood under this soil right here.
That's right.
It was our foreparents. But guess what, nigga? You can't own nothing but a tie shop, sell some wings, and sell some drugs.
Alcohol.
They ain't let the nigga own no alcohol. They don't let the nigga own no liquor store. The nigga ain't gonna own a fireworks stand.
That's right. I hear you, big man.
Bring it out.
But y'all need to see something wrong with this, what's going on. They struggles in the slums and in the ghettos, call us niggas, African American, porch monkeys, coons, pickaninny. They call us all this stuff while we sit up here and celebrate all their holidays. Read that again.
Ecclesiastes 5.
Yeah.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 5, verse 1. Keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of God.
So when you come into the house of God, you got to keep your foot, meaning what? Be in order. Don't come on here with no strange God doctrines. Dust your feet off. Read.
And be more ready to hear.
It says be more ready to hear. I can't say that about this brother. He came over here, he said I'm listening. But a lot of people come up, they don't want to hear nothing we got to say.
Yeah.
You said I'm listening. That's how I know you're a wise man. Listen.
Than to give the sacrifice of food.
Okay, you listened before you gave the sacrifice of food. You gave one, but you listened first. Read.
For they consider not that they do evil.
Because you didn't consider that you do evil. All right,
Shalom, Israel. I'm Elder Nathaniel, Israel United in Christ. YouTube likes to shut our channels down, as some of you have noticed, ever so often. Subscribing to join IUIC will assure you will always stay connected to our YouTube accounts. We want to do our best to make sure this truth gets out. Please click and join our subscriber YouTube channel called Join IUIC to stay linked to all of our videos. So again, please make sure you subscribe to this and join IUIC channel to get your latest updates from all our YouTube channels. Shalom.